Hi, everyone. This is Colleen O'Connor, Certified Yuen Method Master. Thank you for coming to this live stream. This is the last one of 2025. Can you believe it? I cannot, but I'm making myself neutral. So today we are going to focus on doing an end of year reset. And that's really to let go of everything from 2025 and open ourselves up to all the wonderful things that we want to have come in 2026. And before I get started, I just want to do a brief introduction about the Yuen Method for those who might not be as familiar. So if you're not familiar, the Yuen Method was created by Dr. Kam Yuen. He was a 35th generation Shaolin Kung Fu master. He was also an aerospace engineer and later a chiropractor. And he combined all three of those disciplines to create the Yuen Method, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now, with the Yuen Method, it's not a healing technique. It uses energy, but it is a technology. So it is using the technology, the physical intelligence of your nervous system, your physical body, the planet itself, and all of the physical intelligence of the physical universe itself to identify what is the true weakness, or what's really going to be weaknesses. It's always many weaknesses that are creating whatever situation you are dealing with. Then what we do is we identify, and I feel for strong or weak, what is actually the true weakness. Once I identify it, we make you strong to it, then we delete it, and then we remove all the negative accumulated effects down to zero minus infinity out of your body, mind, and spirit. So that is what we're going to be doing today. And yay, I see some people saying hello. So hello, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. And I also just want to really thank all of you. I know I had a new process for submitting your requests and I got everybody's. So thank you so much for using that form. It really makes my life easier and it allows me to continue doing these. I really love doing these and also need you to take charge of your aspect of it so that we are having a nice exchange and that we are all supporting this experience and this process. So thank you for doing so. Hi, everybody. Great. All right. So first we're going to do some general strengthening on the group, just kind of get us all here into this time, space, moment, and into our bodies. And then we're going to do, we're going to sync us all up. Then we will do some general strengthening on the group about topics related to closing out this year, and then I will work on your individual requests. Hello, hi. Okay, so pulling everyone here in our group together, we're going to make everyone even, getting everyone here in the same physical, even though we're all in different spaces, we want to have everyone in the same physical dimension, universe, existence, time, space. All of you back here in your own bodies, your surroundings and everyone's surroundings to be strong and evenly connecting, no matter what time or no matter what space and what area of the world we are in. We're many different time zones, countries, cultures, languages here. So let's even all that out. Bring all your energy back into your body to the here and now. Letting go of anything that you might be bothering you, affecting you. So let's clear all bothers, worries, effects out of your body, out of your spirit, out of your mind. Strengthen everybody's midline, everybody's 6 brains. So we have the cranial, the spinal, the tail, the sacrum, the coccyx, and the reptilian brain. We make them all strongly connecting, communicate, coordinating, synergize, fitting in, and working together. Integration of your nervous systems. Strengthen everyone to be neutral. So positive, not positive, negative, not negative, neutral. Neutral to yourself, neutral to others goes weak. Neutral to this group, neutral to your questions, other people's questions. Okay, neutral to the collective. Neutral, okay. Strengthening your minds, emptying your mind. Strengthening your spirit, emptying your spirit, other people's minds, other people's spirits. Make those all strong. And then strengthen to send your mind and spirit, other people's minds and spirits out of the presence of the body, off to other We call it 8 spaces: other dimensions, universes, existence, time, place, places unknown. That went weak. Black hole, wormhole, dark matter, dark energy. So let's make everybody strong for the unknown. Any weaknesses to the unknown? We want to be strong to the unknown, because the unknown means that we can allow things to change, right? When something is unknown, it means it's different. We want the good aspects or the beneficial aspects of the unknown. Okay. Let's check. Body, mind, spirit, strong, separate, strong together. Okay, so weaknesses to perception and knowing. So it's strengthening that. The group's as a whole, about 60%. So let's crank that up to 70 to 80 to 90, 100%. Infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. Whew. Let's strengthen your insight. Knowing the difference between, right is strong, wrong is weak. So feeling strong and weak. Don't worry if you don't know exactly what that means. It's a major principle of this method, which is that you activate your physical intelligence, your nervous system, and all that insight and knowing and intuition and perception, so that you can feel when something is strong or weak. So something in your life, for example, as an easy thing, if you are about to eat a food, okay, taco, is that strong or weak? And you want to feel, and if there's a weakness, you make yourself strong to it. Whew. Okay, that feels stronger. Some weakness to getting results. Okay, let's strengthen that. That's inside or outside? It's inside of you. The mind. Just keep sending the mind out of the body. It's not physical. It's psychic. So let's cover all those psychic inputs. It's from spirit. So spirit attachments, dark energy. Okay, so some negative energies. We're going to make you strong, make those all even, make you strong to it, separate from it, and separate it from you and send it all away. Off to the 8 spaces, 8 places, I should say, again. Okay, some collective weaknesses. Yes, because the collective is so used to not getting results, and this method works quickly and it gets results. And that is what distinguishes the Yuen method from everything else. Again, because we're not healing, because healing is slow, healing is old, and healing indicates an unevenness. Like, oh, I'm your healer, which I am not, and you're the healy, and you may or may not feel better. And that's not how this method works. It's consistency, right? Because we feel strong or weak and we get results. Okay, that feels better. Fast, not fast. Slow, not slow. So strengthen everyone for speed. You're good for speed, but 90%, we want up to 100%. And then we want to go beyond 100% to infinite potential. 100% of the time, infinite time, and we delete the weaknesses down to 0 minus infinity, beyond 0 minus infinity. So you're strong to what's possible, inevitable, and you're invincible. All right, let's reset everyone. I'm instructing you to be receptive, so evening out giving and receiving, receiving and giving. As you strong to the universe. So let's strengthen your brain receiver. Actually, let's strengthen midline again. You feel all this on that midline, really activating that midline to the spine, spine to midline to the whole nervous system to the midline. A little bit of weakness there. Midline to all the brains to midline to the sacrum, coccyx, and tail to the lower brains. And have those connecting to the spine and the upper brain, and to the legs, grounding your energy. Okay, so brain receiver, let's tense it, untense it, no effort. Tense, untense, no effort. Tense, just gently, tensing, untensing, no effort. So we have a brain receiver that receives the wisdom, insight, and knowing from the universe. universal intelligence, physical intelligence. We're talking about the physical universe, all the information, insight, knowing it's around you. Okay, and let's also make sure that midline is tensing, untensing. All the strengthening for you is happening on the midline. Tense, untense. Good. Okay, strengthen your higher self. Some weakness there. So let's clear the higher self. Any weaknesses in the higher self itself. Delete that. Any psychic. That's you, psychic from yourself. Other lifetimes. Let's clear other lifetime weaknesses. Excuse me. And then the mind. So the mind goes weak when we combine it with soul, higher source, higher self, and the body and spirit. So strengthen the mind. Let's strengthen the conscious, the subconscious, and non-conscious. So make them all strong, make them all even, and empty them all. Deleting any conflicts, some contradictions, and sabotage. So let's delete that. So let's make them strongly even, strongly neutral. Let's make them balance, center, stable, neutral, to the midline, and clear. Get clarity, centeredness, calmness to your whole nervous system, to all 3 levels of the mind, and to the midline. Okay, let's check that again. Soul. Much better. Okay, great. So all those are connecting, communicate, coordinate, synergize, fitting, working together. Okay. Okay, strengthen you to your truth. Dr. Yuen used to say, your truth, your whole truth, nothing but the truth. So that you don't have to. Hola, Paula. Hi. Deleting all weaknesses. Strengthen you all. You don't have to apologize for your truth, for your knowing, your insight, your authority, your perception. You are here because you know there's a different way than what is typically perpetuated in the collective. And so it make you strong to that, where you have no apologies. Strong your true self, your true self to you. Okay, let's clear any reverse perception. What's in the mind. Let's strengthen that perception again. So you to perceive. So what's blocking your perception of being always 100%, infinite potential? The mind. Hello, Jeanette. Okay, that feels good. Feels like everybody's ready to rock and roll here. Just give yourself a nice deep breath and just let everything go. Okay, let's again strengthen the insight. Make sure there's no weakness there. That's still good. It's holding. The strength for deletion. Okay, everyone's strong for deletion except for more strengthening for forgiveness. That's just the mind. And that's actually other people's minds. So just deleting all that. There's a lot of not forgiveness in the world right now. So we want to make ourselves strong to that. Really, the whole point of this method is to not be bothered, or at least have as few bothers as possible, which is the opposite of what most people want to do. They want to sit down and talk about their bothers with each other, right? Well, we want to have a new way of relating where we are not getting into our bothers and our worries. Not that we can't vent from time to time, but we want to keep it short and we want to delete whatever we brought up. But that we want to relate with physical intelligence, with improving ourselves, with improving others, and people improving themselves, improving our everything, everyone, and everything around us. When we're strong and we make others strong and our environment is strong, then everybody improves and we can all move forward with strength. So we want to get into a way of connecting that's strengthening. Okay, let's see here again. Release, starting to release. And restarting. Let's sync everybody up. Nervous systems syncing up. Physical intelligences syncing up. Oh, good. Great, I'm glad to hear that. Already so much space is what she's saying. So thank you. Okay, strengthen our higher self to connect. And delete any karma. So karma is it's indirect karmas, our countries, our cultures, our locations, something like that. Governments, governments, cultures, and religion too. So let's delete all those things from other lives. Also with doing something that's different than what other people do, where we're shifting, growing, changing, evolving quickly, easily, effortlessly, and we're improving ourselves, we're improving each other. So let's check that karma. Okay, some financial karmas. Oh, actually, that makes sense with our countries. So let's delete that, because I know we've got people here. We've got US, Canada, we've got some Latin America and Europe and Asia. Yeah, there's some weaknesses all there with our countries and all their BS. So let's delete all that down to 0 minus infinity. And that's into the future. Let's clear all that. It's not even the ancestors, it's the collective. I can tell we have a lot of people here who have been doing a lot of this work consistently. So we don't have so much ancestors, just collective. It's okay. There's karmas with people you really like. We just the karma is knowing that you don't have to complete lessons. You just have to recognize when you have karma, strengthen and delete all the sources, reasons, causes down to 0 minus infinity and not have the karma anymore. So that's the collective that's the collective's karma, is to know we don't have to have karma anymore. So let's delete the karma though that's coming up right now, the specific karma. And it's partial and direct. Now it is ancestors and now it is cultural. So let's delete that. See, when we spend the time to get our group all aligned, then we can be really effective and everybody can get the benefits when we get to your individual questions. That's why we take the time to do this, because we want to have the best outcome, because we want to keep this community that we've got going here. We want to grow this community, because the more people that you let them know about this, you are helping to improve their life. So when you improve other people, your money, finances, and you will improve. Not because it's so much kumbaya, but it's a natural way of things working, because we are all connected, whether we want to be or not, right? Okay, some clearing more of the karma, some punishment, betrayal. No, and nobody having to pay off anybody else's karma. No longer needing to pay the price. Not having to suffer, make others suffer. Okay, so let's lay all that out of our body, spirits, minds, soul, higher source, higher self, even out of our structure, systems, organ, tissue, out of our cells, our empty spaces, genes, chromosome, DNA, RNA, subcellular. Really the sources, reasons, causes, out of the past, out of the future. Strength of our wants, needs, and desires. Triggers, issues, and choices. Let's delete all the negative accumulated effects of the karma, which is that? It's infinite effects. So let's make those even, one, contained, down to earth, finite. I go straw into it and delete it. out of all levels of being, all areas of life, all time and space, all aspects of self, nervous system, and midline. Ooh, are you feeling this? Can you feel it? Any fellow Michael Jackson fans? Okay. Now, strengthen for freedom, that's coming up. Still stuff with money. Okay, let's something with money with this group. So we have money, we have finances, we have prosperity. Actually, money is strong. It's finances. Good. Yay, good, Deborah. I'm glad you're feeling yawns. Okay, so let's delete that. Let's strengthen for prosperity. Let's make them all even. Money, finance, prosperity is not even. There we go. In your bodies, your spirit, your mind. And let's strengthen it. Hey, Shelly, what's up? And strengthen your nervous system, strong, your brain receiver, physical intelligence, nervous system. Your whole system there, again, it's a receiver. So we want to make it strong to connect with the money, and the money to strongly connecting back with you. Air, money, water, all around. It's there. We just want to connect with it, and it to connect with us with ease, with joy, with grace. No big deal, no problem, no difficulties, no dramas. Oh, raising up frequency, vibration, energy. Okay, so let's vibrate. Let's do some vibrational fitness for the group in your, let's see, structure, systems, organs, tissue, cells. Okay, it's really the cells. So let's strengthen the cells. I'm going to get some energy in the cells. So 60, up to 70, up to 80, up to 90, up to 100%, infinite potential. Let's eat excess matter out of the cells, mental, lymphatic, black holes, and crank up the black holes so stuff can move out. And substance breakdown, separation, independent motion, energy, more energy. So what's slowing down the energy? Else external, end of year, holidays, winter, time of year. Okay, that was all just to work on the karma. Let's check that again. Karma's good. Evenness is good. Okay, so end of year. Let's look at what our group generally needs work on. So how many things in general for this group related to end of year? How many weaknesses? Finite, infinite, or beyond? It's infinite. So those infinite weaknesses, make them even, make them one, contained, bring them down to earth, make them finite. And make you strong to them, separate from them, separate from you, send all those weaknesses away to the 8 places. Out of the mind. Okay, subconscious stuff going on in there, deleting that. Some habits, some patterns, some programs. Some mental thinking, negative thinking from others, and a little bit from you. Some worry, uncertainty. I'm going to clear all that uncertainty, worry across all time and space, levels of being, areas of life, aspects of self, nervous system, midline. The cells, inside the cells, outside the cells. DNA, clear the DNA and the RNA, so no more replication of issues that you don't want. Well, we don't want any issues, right? So let's delete that. Habit, pattern, program, it's better. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, all these things, the sources, clear the sources, reasons, causes, that's good, out of the past, out of the future. So let's clear the future. It's the immediate, the intermediate. So intermediate, the seconds, minutes, the days, weeks. So the days and weeks, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. So all the days even, all days, every day, all the weeks, about 2, 3 weeks. Okay, 3. So there we go. Huh? Woo. Okay, that feels better. Sources, reasons, causes, past, future, and effects. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting, boundaries and dynamics. Okay, let's check how the group is doing. Finite, infinite, or beyond. Okay, so now there's still some infinite. Make those even, 1 contained, down to earth, make them finite. 7 away. So all more memories, more imprinting, residuals, remnants, remains. Some sentiments. So sentiments, stories, so letting go of the old self. Okay, all this to your midline. Okay, sources, trillion reasons, a billion causes, out of the past, out of the future. Future is better. Future does not go to the past. Past does not go to the future, and delete all the accumulated effects. Okay, how many effects? Finite, infinite, or beyond? Okay, finite effects. So billion percent effects. So make those all even, make them 1 contained, make you strong to them, separate from them, separate from you, and delete those effects out of all areas of life, all levels of being, all aspects of self, time and space, body, mind, spirit, midline, nervous system, physical intelligence, and speeding up that improvement. And boundaries and dynamics, resetting. Okay. Okay, let's see how you're doing now. Finite, ones, tens. There's thousands of things. So is it ones, tens, or hundreds? Hundreds of thousands of things. I get 700,000 things. Make them even, 1 contain, big to little, heavy to light, serious to silly, difficult to easy. There's a little weakness there. Complicated to simple, harsh to soft. Impossible to possible, unresolved to resolved, incomplete to complete, undone to finished, overwhelming to underwhelming, overbearing to underbearing, overdone to underdone, overloaded to underloaded, really all that. Forgive, forget unconditional. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting you to yourself, planet, universe. Just make sure you're strong to feeling the shift. Not having it strong, not having any problems, that goes weak. That's the collective, cultural, religion, spouses, descendants. What comes up is like, wow, who am I without my problems? So let's strengthen you to be okay to not have problems, to not have something, even though it's something you don't want. Again, just delete the mental thinking. Your mental thinking, other people's your mental thinking. To think, to stop thinking and feel. So strengthen everybody here, open up to feeling. And strong to feeling good. You want to be like James Brown. You want to, I feel good. Okay, you to your new self, letting go of the old self, able, willing, ready. So let's delete all the time delay. Neutral, imagination to reality. And you did new self back to you. And just connect that new self to soul, higher source, higher self, body, mind, spirit, all aspects, nervous system, macro, micro. Okay, let's strengthen the mind again. A lot of mind. So let's straighten those minds out. So lead the thinking, lead the emotions, and strengthen the feeling. Clear the future. Some reactions, lead the reactions. Lead the denial. Some denial. And some collective. A little bit yourself. Mostly family. Okay, so for this group is more parents, siblings, or other. Siblings and other. All that on all levels of being, areas of life, aspects of self, time and space, nervous system, inline. Okay, how are you all feeling? You're feeling some shift here. You feel different than before you got on this session? Okay, strengthen this group there's a little bit of less aging weaknesses, so strengthen that so you can really feel the shifting. Oh, wait, before I do that, exit portals. Under chin, under arm, your hands, your fingers, your feet, your toes. Colon, genital, bladder, sacrum, coccyx, tail. So opening that up. Okay, good. Thank you, Grace. Good. Strengthen physical performance. And let's get some of the cells need some TLC here. So some nitrogen, oxygen, more oxygen in the cells, hydrogen even. That's the dead cells and the cellular waste and the enzymes. So let's detox the cells. So mental, lymph, black holes, substance breakdown. So the energy, independent motion actually goes weak. There we go. And that's a little bit of the spirit actually. So clear any spirit out of the cells. Let's strengthen you all to what I just came up with this triad the other day. 3 W's: wholeness, wellness, worthy. Wholeness, wellness, worthy. Ooh. Okay, cells feel better. Okay, let's strengthen the muscular factors, ligaments and tendons, cartilages all strengthened. And strengthen them to the nervous system strongly connected back to them, tensing, untensing, no effort, even integrated balance. And the weaknesses from outside. So let's clear all outside weaknesses. How many? Finite, infinite, or beyond? Infinite outside weaknesses. Well, okay. So let's make those all even, make those one, contain, bring them down to earth, make them finite. You to be stronger than them, separate from them, separate them from you, and send them away. And okay, fine, infinite, but is it infinite to infinite to 1,000,000%? Okay, well, so we gotta do some math here, but it's easy math because all we gotta do is strengthen and delete. Oh, delete that. Okay, now let's go back to those outside influences. And this is something you can do for some of you who have been taking classes. Outside influences, check to see, are they finite, infinite, or beyond infinite? And then is there that to whatever degree, finite, infinite, or beyond infinite? Because sometimes you got to get that and then also the infinite pieces. So there's like layers. And there's just a lot of outside influences that are really strong right now, and not in a good way. that are weakening, but they're intense. So we'll just delete those. We're going to check astral, aura, etheric of bodies. The body, the spirit, the mind. So out of the mind. Structures, out of the systems. And empty spaces. Deleting that down to 0 minus infinity. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Let's strengthen this whole group here, be strong. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to download, there's some Dr. Yuen old classes I was listening to, programs around the holidays and neutrality and end of year. So I'm going to just download that in general to this group. And everyone in our sphere, your family, friends, whatever, so that we're all supporting each other. So downloading all that programming about end of year, holiday neutrality, ending one year and going into the next, everything that was done, not done, accomplished, not accomplished, triggers, issues, choices, endings, beginnings, etc. So it's kind of a big package. So we're going to download it. And we're going to take what is needed and beneficial. We're going to delete what's not. We're going to add what might be missing. And we're going to put it in the proper sequence and order and priority for all of us here, this time, this space, this dimension. And we want to put it in the proper timing. So timing, order, priority. So downloading it, installing it, and activate it to everybody's nervous system here. Applying it to your nervous system. So you feel on that midline. Into your brain. All 6 brains. The spine. Midline. Meninges, the nerves. Cerebral spinal fluid. And the macro to the micro. All the way down the quantum particles. In the body, mind, and spirit. All that neutrality. Clearing, deleting all bothers. Sending the bothers to the black hole wormhole. All the worries. All the effects. Everything you thought you had to do. You don't need to do. It's really just one day to the next. So bring it down to the truth, the whole truth about the truth of time. And then strong for all the other calendars and time. We've got the, I don't even know what you call it, the typical, I think it's just the Roman calendar, typical calendar, but then we also have like the Mayan calendar, and we have the Hebrew calendar, and we have the Chinese calendar. So all these different, make them all even so that you can take charge of time instead of time taking charge of you. And you're strong for also because, Dr. Yuen was Chinese, so we want to be strong for the year of, we're going from, I think this was the year of the snake, which actually he was a snake. Well, he was the astrological sign of the snake. He was not a snake. Astrological sign of the snake. And we're moving into horse. So we're strong for that as well. So for astrology, for all the astrologers, astrology, predictions, forecasts, energies, stars, moon, sun, planets, placements, etc. I want to clear everything from the year inside of you. What comes up is first internal. The mind, non-physical, spiritual, all the losses. So there was many, we're in a time where a lot of people are leaving the planet. So deleting all the triggers, issues, choices, memories, anniversaries, deaths, births, whatever, losses or perceived loss, down to 0 minus infinity. Mental, all the emotional and psychic is not even just yours, but others. Some spirits around that. Some entities even. Let's make you strong to them, separate from you. Send them away. Not needed. Send to the eight places. So the collective influences to all those habits, patterns, programs. What came up also, a lot of stuff about career, job, career purpose, business, education, letting all that go. Relationships, fitness, all areas of life, but those are the primary ones that come up for this group. Okay, so strengthen you and speeding up the letting go. 80% up to 90, up to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. And clearing all traumas, all limitations, and all miasms. So some miasms for this group related to this year and closing it out. Okay. Curses. So clear any curses and dead influences. Yeah, there we go. All the dead influences, make them all even. So strengthen all of us to strengthen that for ourselves, for each other and others. And make those dead influences even. Make them one contain. What's the number on that? Finite, infinite, or beyond? It's beyond. So let's make that all even. Make that one contain. Bring it down to earth. And delete all of that out of our souls, higher sources, even higher selves, body, spirits, minds. Yeah, woo. Oh. Conscious, subconscious, non-conscious, out of your brains, your core, energies, your nerves. Everybody, nerves. There we go. Nerves, fluid of every structure, system, their organs, tissue, cells, empty spaces. DNA, RNA, subcellular. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Forgive yourselves, forgive others, people forgiving each other. And some mismatching body parts. That's part of the dead stuff, so deleting that. All your systems, organs, all your tissue, cells. Empty spaces, chromosomes, DNA, RNA, subcellular, all the way down. Strong for the release, unconditional. Okay. Okay, how's everybody feeling? Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, something with radiation, deleting that. And exploded. So this are other lifetimes. Okay. Ugh. Okay, it feels like how are we letting go of this last year? Okay, I guess there's like maybe a few more thousand things. Just make all those things even, make them one contained, delete them. Out of the spirit, out of the mind, nerves, fluid, DNA, RNA. Little hooks, cord ties, some stories, memories, imprint, residuals. Okay, now let that keep going. That continue beyond the session and reinforce every time you remember this event or even listen to the YouTube. Okay, how are you feeling as a whole? Nice, you got a request here. Zukara, could you do something or sewer house problems? Okay. Yes, thank you for Azúcar Platinum. Thank you for submitting your request. So the way that these sessions work is people have signed up in advance, and those who sign up in advance and put their request in advance, those will get taken care of first. And then, yes, we'll come to your question as well. Oh, good. Upper back. Good. Okay, great. So now let's get into our specific questions for each person here. Okay, so first we have so we've got about 13 questions. So we're going to make all those questions nice and even. We make everyone strong again to their own questions, other people's questions. So let's also make everybody strong to delete all questions, problems. Okay, let's as a whole here, let's put some numbers on these questions. What's the overall number of weaknesses for this group with the questions that have been submitted? Oh, and actually, we're going to include Azucar's question as well. So that actually gives us 13 things. We'll make all these 13 things nice and even. Put everything in proper order. Strengthen for the primary weakness. Everyone open to receiving answers, actions, and results. That's good. Okay, so finite, infinite, or beyond. It's beyond infinite. So all these beyond infinite weaknesses are related to your questions. So make them even, make them one, make them contained, bring them down to earth, make them finite. Everything you have here, big, little, heavy, light, serious to silly, difficult to easy, complicated to simple. Overbearing comes up. So overbearing to underbearing, overwhelming to underwhelming, difficult to easy, harsh but to calm. Okay, and then we're going to make all of you strong to it and strongly separate from it, and to separate from you and to send it all away. Out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind. And we're going to strengthen that. Your question strengthen. Everybody feels the benefits of each other's questions. There's a little bit of weakness there. Okay, so we want no competition. All the questions to be supporting. All the answers are strengthening. Because it never fails that whatever question someone has asked, there's some part of you that needs that same question answered or that same strengthening. That's why we do this group. That's the power of the group. Okay. All right. So of all your questions, let's delete the sources and how many reasons for all the questions. Finite, infinite, or beyond. Infinite reasons. So let's make those infinite reasons, make them even, make them one, contained. Bring them down to earth, make them finite. Lighten those up. Delete all those reasons. For this group, is it more body, spirit, or mind? The mind. So conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. We have sources, reasons, now the causes. A billion causes. So make those even and delete the causes. And that's in the spirit, so deleting that. Okay, let's strengthen this group. Feeling like we need to do a little bit of the exit portals. So a little bit still more of bothers. And mistaken, so a little bit of reaction, sensations, some emotions and reactions out of your body, mind, and spirit. So some in the body, actually, the brain, the nerves, the fluid, the tissues, empty spaces. Let's alkalize everybody's pH. Alkalize, the lymph, the fluid, the blood. There we go. Okay. And kind of false tools. Some false tools going on. It's a little bit more of that denial and forgetting. That's from the ancestors and collective and cultural religion. And then open the exit portals under chin, under arm. Open up the hands, the fingers, the feet, the toes, the genital bladder, the colon, and the sacrum. Strengthen, even, and open. Everything going down and out. Okay, so let's come back. All our questions, sources, reasons, causes out of the past, out of the future, and the effects. Okay. Okay. How are we doing? Good. All right. Now I'm going to get to, okay. So Raj, want more one-on-one clients for Reiki. Let's strengthen for Reiki. So one-on-one clients, Reiki, something with Reiki is going weak. Is that you or outside of you? It's actually outside. External, the mind, it's non-physical, psychological, some of the illness and karmas, deleting that. This life and the present, others. This is a collective, cultural, and a little bit yourself. Okay, let's clear all. Let's make sure all Reiki practitioners out. Well, also what comes up is impoverished Reiki practitioners for some reason. So let's delete all that. Let's strengthen that. I know we have many people who do modalities here, including the Yuen Method and others. So I make all those modalities even, all the practitioners even, all the creators even. And then we want to delete all across all time, all space, levels of being, aspects of self, time and space, etc. Of not getting paid, not having enough. Let's open that up for everybody so that the clients come in, that the clients, okay, so now clients are Reiki. Have more one-on-one. Okay, let's strengthen practice. Let's make it more instead of a practice. It's a doing. We want to get the practice part. Practice. I know it sounds weird, but practice means like you're practicing something, so you're not ready yet, right? So you want to delete practice, or just make you strong to that word, and others strong to that word. And it's done. It's complete. There's no more practicing. There's doing. That's other lifetime stuff. It's others. Collective. What comes up is also people who, whether it's Reiki or others who practice, but they never really kind of get it off the ground and do it. So you want to delete you to be strongly separate, independent, neutral from them. That you stand out. People coming to you. Okay, how does that seem? Okay, I'm just going to keep kind of moving through. And then Lisa, confidence. Financially self-sufficient, wealthy, can be free. Okay. It's kind of a long description, so let's make everything even. Let's shrink it down. What's a primary weakness on there? Career. Career goes weak. So let's job, career, purpose, business, education. So there's 5 things. Job, career, purpose, business, education. And purpose was actually weak. Yeah, so Raj, if you want to let me know if you feel shift there. Okay, and then Lisa, what else is going on for you there? It's actually external. It's the mind, non-physical. It's psychological. It's from others and spirits. So let's clear the spirits out of your body, your spirit, your mind. So other spirits in your mind. Non-conscious, so sending those away. Send them back to where they can go get answers, actions, and results for themselves out of you, out of your energy, out of your body, mind, spirit. This comes from other lives. It comes from fears, from the collective and culture. Is it being a woman or being a man? Something with being a woman, other lifetimes. I'm going to delete those weaknesses. Reset, reprogram, restart. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Sentiments, stories. And some curses even. Delete those. Clear it out of the future. And a few other things. Okay, so Lisa, let me know how you're doing with that, or your question. You're feeling shift. Okay, I'm Paula. Lack of purpose. North since many years ago. Okay. Okay, so lack. Scarcity, lack, worry, fear. Spiritual. It's a trauma. It's a karma. It's some spirits. Ooh, clean those out. Some other lives. And into the present. It's a collective. Family. Something with siblings. And even cousins and other like extended family. Okay, so what's the karma about? It is about career. Even business, so something with that. So let's look at that karma a little more. This is good for everyone here, clearing these kind of things. The partial and direct. It's ancestral and collective and religion. Some emotions and reactions. Some betrayal, isolation, and punishment, loss. You don't have to pay off anybody else's karma. That's weak. And no need to pay the price. And no need to suffer. And more. So clear everything around that. Across all levels of being, all areas of life, all time and space, aspects of self, nervous system, midline. Okay. For everything we're clearing so far, for you and others, sources, reasons, causes out of the past, out of the future, and the effects. Everybody resetting. A little more strengthening about independence. Forgive, forget, forgive yourselves, forgive others, people forgive you, people forgive each other. Okay, and let's strengthen the internal computer, internal boundaries, internal dynamics, internal strength, internal self, internal action, and to the midline. Okay, how does that seem, Paula? Okay, and not sure for Lisa, okay? Okay, so now it's internal. It's the mind, strengthen the mind. Okay, being sure is weak. Being sure, not being sure. You're more strong to like being sure, not being sure. So yeah, not being sure. Make those even. Being certain, no certain. Some psychic stuff for you, Lisa. From others. The collective. And family. Something with siblings. And others. Their emotions. Opening exit portals. Sending the mind off. Excuse me. Oh, I'm feeling a wave of heat here. Delete the fragmentation, separation, disconnection. Okay. Sad. Okay. Non-physical. Psychic. Okay, we got some psychic stuff going on here. Spirit attachments, some dark energy, multiple personalities. Okay, some. Whew, make those all even, make them one, contained. Strong to them, separate from you, send them away. Sources, reasons, causes. Karma. Delete those karmas. Indirect, partial, indirect. More cultural ancestors. A lot of emotions and reactions. Deleted. In between leaf karmas. And no need to suffer. All triggers, issues, choices, sensations, emotions, reactions. Need the causes, needs, desires, non-conscious, choices, others thinking of you, programs, not knowing, parents, fathers. Okay, all the bothers for everyone. Okay, let's clear any walk-ins, spirit attachment, dark energy, multiple personalities, entities, demons, walk-ins. Let's clear them. Okay, so everybody strengthen here to form a circle to delete these guys out. Everybody strong to it, separate from us, send it away, go away, stay away. Back to where it came from. Need all the hooks, cut the cords, ties, attachments, sentiments, stories, leverage the power of the group. Okay. Clear the memories. Opening the exit portals again. Wrong answers. Okay, any forgetting? Open up the colon. All structure, systems, organ, tissue, cells. Empty spaces. DNA, RNA, subcellular. The programs. Reset, reprogram. Okay, eliminate, free, release. Trying to release, forgive, forget, unconditional. So strengthen the power of our group to clear. To infinite potential, vibrating our cells. All is to the midline. Tensing, untensing, no effort. Tense, untense. Okay, I feel like we just pulled out a huge weed for you, Paula. How does it feel now? And Lisa, how does that feel for you? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question. Diane, how to move forward, stay disciplined, not fall backward, limiting patterns. Okay. Okay. Stay backward. Okay, let's clear. There's a lot of weaknesses there. Deleting those. questions and problems. The problems, external. We don't necessarily need to be disciplined. We just want to be strong to whatever we want, need, desire, what we want to do. So we're going to activate, I'm going to delete the misinformation and the misfit. So the slowness, misguidance, wrong answer from the collective, cultural, all of that, the thinking, emotions, feeling, and the reactions. I'll have emotions around that. Oh, good. Lisa, you feel lighter too. Good. So if I'm delayed, I'm flipping back and forth between the live stream and the list of the questions. Okay, sources. So that external influences there, Diane, and something about food. That's interesting. Okay, I'm swinging over here. Food, eating, and cooking. So you hear Dr. Yuen say, we want to get away from worrying about, you just want to eat. And you don't want to beat yourself up or worry about following a specific diet, program, nutrition. It's not really about nutrition because with this method, you can download whatever nutrients you need. Most people have too many minerals and are overrun in their system to the point actually where excess minerals and calcification locks up their body. We want to focus more on, it's not so much what you eat, not that I in any way promote junk food, but it's less about what you eat and how well you digest, metabolize, and eliminate. So whatever reason, Diane, that's what's coming up for you is the food and eating. Some weakness there. I get the worry, uncertainty. Some karmas about that. Let's delete the karmas for you and everybody. Indirect, partial and direct. Collective. No judgment. Emotions and reactions. And some loss even. Okay. Let me know how that feels now, Diane. Let's strengthen that to keep going. And for everybody here, just enjoy your food for the holidays. And actually to use your physical intelligence, your feeling, perception, insight to know what to eat and when. That's actually more important than anything. Being a failure and a loser. Okay, it's not physical. It's in psychic. Other lives. And into the present. So it's just strengthening you in general, you and everyone, Lisa, to delete, no longer take on everyone else's thoughts and thinking and reactions, emotions. Okay. Okay, so I've got one here from Traveling Warrior. Clear strength and causing me to dwell on the past, feel the need. Okay, so it's a long description. Okay, just a reminder for everybody, if you can keep it to like a short sentence, let's make everything even. Dwell the past, relive, share past experiences with everyone, align fun, joy, laughter, ease, and presence. That's a good one for everybody, right? So is it more the past or is it more the alignment? That's the past. Okay, so who wants to be dragging you into the past? It's external, and everyone always wants to do that, right? Everybody wants to like drag you into the past. We're going to delete that. It's external. It's the mind, spirit, not physical, psychological, from others. So other people's psychological. Let's look specifically what that is. Other people's grief and their patterns and programs. So let's make those all even for everybody. So let's use strongly neutral other people's bodies, minds, and spirits, thoughts and thinking, description, words, everybody's grief. So no longer taking it on, no longer holding it, owning it, wearing it, carrying it. So we want to make everyone strong here to, this is going to sound harsh, but not care. It doesn't mean that you're a jerk or a psychopath, but just that you're not taking it on. It's a misinformation, misinterpretation, misguidance, wrong answer to take on other people's stuff. Oh, I'm not a good person unless I'm suffering. Let's delete that. So ingrained. It's the mind. It's all the way to the non-conscious, which is the tricky part there. Okay, let's delete all those habits, patterns, programs, hooks, cords, ties, attachments. In the body, the spirit, the minds, even in the spirit. So over-guarding, over-grieving, sorrow, grief, sadness, strengthen the prostaglandin, even that and more. Sources, reasons, causes, it's other lies. It's the ancestors too. So a lot of the triggers, issues, choices this time of year. Let's see, time of year or winter, holidays, endings, beginnings, clean slate. It's in the family too. Mom or your mother's side, siblings. Yeah, other people's not really getting it how this is. Their sensations, emotions, and reactions. So them not distinguishing between them, because that's a distinction. A lot of times we think we're having an emotion, but it's really a reaction. And we think we're having an emotion, it's literally a sensation. We think we have a sensation, but it's really a reaction. So we want to have those clear emotions, reactions, and then we can delete them out of the mind. And forgetting. So clearing the false tools, opening the exit portals. Okay, this and everything else for everybody's issues, sources, reasons, causes, past, the future, and the effects. Reset, reprogram, restart. How are people feeling on your topics there? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, I've got one here for Debbie. Stuck like in a bog, can't seem to pull herself out. Okay. So much to do, clearing out old. Okay, so cleaning out old stuff, moving, health. Health is not a weakness. Old stuff's not a weakness. It's the moving. Okay, so again, we want to be clear on, we delete that misinformation about health. Most things are not health issues. So it's the false tools, the mind. There's some reactions. Shutting down. Okay, I don't know if you're here, Phyllis, if you want to tell me if you're feeling a shift. Okay, I don't see her on, I haven't sent the chat. Okay. Okay, so just keep deleting that. Okay, so Debbie to moving to Debbie, get going, get moving. Okay, what's the real weakness? Like, who's that coming from? Moving, not moving. Okay, so moving, triggering times you couldn't move, physically move. Other lifetime triggers of moving or not moving, of moving. Yeah, where moving was the there's fear associated, fears and miasms and all sorts of negative experiences associated with moving. So you want to delete those. This is good for everyone. Psychic, so clear those hooks. Attachment, sentiment, stories. Some other people, collective, cultural. In the past when people moved, it wasn't always a good thing. They had to move. There could be difficult circumstances. So delete those experiences, memories, imprints, residuals, remnants, remains. Clear that into the future. Okay, and that's strengthen our physical intelligence. That's some of the weakness there. Send the mind out. And we're strengthening people who are present here, who aren't fully present here physically because they're going to be tuning in later. Okay. And resetting everybody, reprogramming. Okay, and we got Sebastiana. Other people's negative influences, all weaknesses, factors, millions, income. Okay, so we got two things. Okay, so just a reminder, we submit one topic on negative influences, million income. So is it the negative influences or is it income? It's really the negative influences actually first. Okay, so what about that? Okay, good. Thank you, Diane and Lisa. Negative influences, external, mind, non-physical, spiritual. Money is strong in the areas of life. Something about health, actually. It's not actual, though. It's more limitations from other people. They're perceived health limitations. Limitations because of miasms, limitations. Miasms creating limitations. Otherwise, into the present and spirits. So multiple personalities. Let's make those even. One contain, delete them. Let's make them strong, delete their issues, and then send them away. Send them back to other dimensions, universes, etc. All the body, spirit, mind. And then let's delete all lifetimes of having to take care of other people physically. And that, okay, so then that comes full circle. So those lifetimes, deleting all those experiences where you were so, what's just coming up is like stuck in the mud doing that you couldn't rise above to the millions in income. So let's delete everything, you and everyone else here, all that down to 0 minus infinity, all areas of life, levels of being, time and space, aspects of self, body, mind, spirit, nervous system, midline. Oh, that was you, Sebastian. Sorry, I thought that was Lisa. Okay. Okay, Sebastian, how's that seem now, that topic? You to millions. Let's talk to everyone here strong for millions of dollars. Actually, this group is strong. Okay, let's make you every strong millions of dollars in 2026. Able, willing, ready, deserving, commitment. Wait, that goes weak. Expect it. Imagination to reality on the spot. Everybody vibrating with being a millionaire. And all the sources, reasons, causes out of the past, out of the future. We're going to just download some programs where everyone here just keeps automatically strengthening, deleting, and throat constricted. Okay. Something external. Mind. Non-physical. Oh, constriction experiences. There we go. Constricted, not constricted, restricted, not restricted. It's psychic. It's others. Ancestors. And religion. Okay, let's clear all those negative religious influences for everybody. So we can delete all that and more. So any weaknesses with religion, education goes weak, government. So none of those interfere, interrupt, disturb, distract. That and more. So let's download more programs to keep that moving. Burping nonstop. Oh, okay. That's clearing, but let's, Lisa, let's open up your exit portals. Keep opening up the exit port. Let it go down and out. Up, not up, down, not down, neutral. So we want to go down and out rather than up and out. Yeah, it is clearing. And there are some people when they first do this or they don't do it as often, it will come up. But we want to open up those exit portals and send the energy down and out. Okay, throat is better there, Sebastiana. Okay, good. Let's keep that going and moving on its own. Automatic, repeat every millisecond. Midline nervous system intelligence. Okay, good. Is that burping better, Lisa? Okay. Okay. All right. Now we got Junette. Work pressure due to not enough people overcompensating, making self ill. Overcompensating is the weakness. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Sorry, Junette. I accidentally went to Dwight's. Okay, let me go back. So Junette says memory issues, not remembering. Would like clarity. Memory issues, not remembering, would like clarity. So the word clarity, memory, or remember. Let's make those all even. It's remembering. So it's something you don't want to remember, all the things you don't want to remember. Okay, so are you here, Junette? If you're still here. So, yes, okay, so let's check in. It's external. It's the mind. So one of the things Dr. Yuen taught us was about when people start having memory loss, it's people learn to forget. So they practice forgetting to suppress things that bother them. And in your case, it's actually coming from outside of you, psychological stuff, psychic, some fears from others. It's the ancestors want to forget their fears and want to suppress their family. Also, laid all that down to zero minus infinity, all levels of being, all areas of life, all time and space, all aspects of self, nervous system, physical intelligence, body, mind, spirit. Donating that for you and everyone. It comes from other lives and into the present. The causes, the past, future. Patterns and programs. It comes from your father. So with freedom. Even some karmas and curses. Indirect. Some ancestors, karmas. Some reactions there. Some abuse. Rejection, punishment, and loss. Yeah, so he's got some stuff that he didn't want to remember. And I don't know if your father had memory issues, had or has. But he wanted to forget. Tightness on the forehead. Okay. Opening up exit portals on her chin, on her arm, hands, the fingers, feet, and toes. Genital, bladder, colon, sacrum, strengthen, even, open, cranial, oral, sinus, nasal, midsection, abdomen. Okay, let's cut the hooks, cut the cords, ties, attachments, sentiment, stories, forehead, sources, reasons, causes, out of the past, out of the future, desires, person's word, others thinking of you, people thinking of each other, not knowing, forgive, forget. Fragmentation, separation, disconnect, reconnecting you to yourself. Okay, let's open up here. Bothers and effects. Clear some memories too. Okay, great, good. Reset, reprogram, restart. Okay. Okay, and then Dwight. Work pressure due to not enough people overcompensating, making self ill. Work is the weakness. Working, not working, neutral. Other people, external. The mind, non-physical. Some psychic, other people, yeah. The ancestors and education, parents, siblings, others, other lives. Well, working trigger is when you couldn't work. Well, and actually when your ancestors couldn't work. Okay, so karma there. Indirect, partial, direct. Cultural. Criticism even. And blame. Some reactions. Rejection. Isolation. Tell me how that started to feel, Dwight. Some revenge even. And no need to suffer. Who needs to suffer? The collective. And there's a lot of religious stuff going on there. That and more. Dwight's better? Okay, good. Okay. All right, Shelley. Maintain consistent, balanced daily, weekly routines or rhythms. New year. Living with others. Balanced goes week. Rhythms. Okay, balanced, rhythms, routine, rhythms goes weak. So let's make that strong. Internal, mind. You do your own rhythm, you do other people's rhythms. Your rhythm to other people's rhythms. So other people's rhythms throws off your rhythm. So let's make you strong to all rhythms. And your rhythm, you fitting in with your rhythm and you fitting in with other people's rhythms fitting with your rhythm. I can't say rhythm quickly. Just strengthen that. Okay. So evening out the rhythms. And just delete the limits and the miasms. Then the future. Far distant. And create some spirits. Kind of the mental thinking, stop thinking, feelings. Spiritual limitations comes up again. So let's delete those limitations out of the mind. Is it limiting self, limiting others, people limiting you? Okay, so now experiences of limiting others. across all time and space, anytime you limited others. That's collective to and family. And then other people limiting you. So in all directions. Let's clear the future. Lighten up, brighten up, loosen the future up. Desires, to be strong to your desires. It triggers issues and strength for your choices. While you choose to be consistent or not consistent, rhythms, no rhythms, just be neutral. Because your rhythms do change. So then the same, not same, different, not different, changing, not changing, perception, no perception. Okay, how does that seem, Shelley? Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, Deborah. Regress any progress to make in my journey. All things. There's a weakness to all things. The first thing that comes up to my mind is that NPR All Things Considered show. Okay, go. Great. Thank you, Shelley. Okay, let's see. I don't know if Deborah is still here. All things. What's that about? Is that inside or outside? It's external. It's the mind. Non-physical. Spiritual. Its limitations. And miasms. Oh, yeah, you guys have both limits and miasms that came up. Okay. All right. We've got abduction by aliens and parallel universe integration. So let's make sense if you're going into another universe with the aliens. So, okay. So just for those who are not familiar, it doesn't matter if she actually has experienced that, or that's not what we're about here in this method. It comes up as a weakness. So it can come up because you watch a show about aliens. It can, because other people have that thought or people who have had that experience. But also, we do have other planets in the universe. We do have other lives where we have been on different planets, and we have alien experiences. So let's just clear everything around that, make it all even, make it finite, make it one, make it contained, down to earth, and delete everything. All levels of being, all time and space, aspects of self, body, mind, spirit, areas of life, nervous system. Let's clear the brains, the nerves, the fluid, sources, reason, causes, past, and now the future. And let's clear some spirits in there. Some demons. Don't worry, it's not like demonic possession. It's just negative energies, basically. So we'll just clear anybody's reaction to that. Send them away. Forgive, forget, unconditional. Okay. Eliminate, free, independent release, forgive, forget, reset, reprogram, restart. Okay, we got Jen. Need to know when, how, and where next move. Okay, so the where. So weaknesses to the where. All where weaknesses. It's funny. A werewolf comes up. So clear external weaknesses there. The mind, non-physical, emotional. Let's clear the emotions. It's really about time. Even though the where comes up as a weakness, but time is actually part of the weakness too. The present, the past, the future, is the present. So bring fully here, fitting out to the present moment. Other lives, past, limitations. So clear those limits. You limiting others, others limiting you, people limiting each other. The ancestors. Yes. Limiting each other's movements, actions. More psychological. So let's clear the psychological. Okay, so Jen, let me know how that's going. Then we got here grace, increase abundance, cash, income, fun, ease, joy, and glory. Ooh, okay, it's good. We got this is why I want to be open to other people's questions. Doesn't everybody want to have more income and cash and have it to be with ease, joy, and grace? We see we've got Sebastiana helping us to bring in some millions, and then grace, increasing abundance. Joy. Okay, so joy, income, and joy. Let's strengthen for the joy. That goes weak. Internal. Okay, so what comes up is you don't have to wait to be joyful. We be joyful, not joyful. Have income, abundance. You're strong for abundance. Incoming. Okay, now it's external. Some mind. Psychological. Sensations, emotions, and reactions. Is some sadness, sorrow, grief. Strengthen, balance, serotonin, melatonin. Melatonin, that's to everybody. Everybody's pituitary, pineal, thyroid, thymus, hypothalamus, medulla, parathyroid, adrenals, kidneys, pancreas. Balancing out serotonin, melatonin, serotonin, cranking up the endorphins, oxytocin, balancing all the hormones. Stuff in the future. And some karmas there. Some indirect karmas. Some ancestor karmas. So deleting all that. Some emotions and reactions they have. And some separation, punishment, and loss. So deleting that for you and everyone. And clearing some revenge that the ancestors want. No need to make others suffer. Let's clear all directions of revenge, loss. So is it the ancestors getting revenge on others or revenge being brought onto them? It's the ancestors to others. So let's delete that revenge. Okay, so how's that feel, Grace? Just keep that going. Okay. Okay, and then we had someone that came in on our what was the question that we had from our new guest here, Asukar Platinum? If you're still here, let me know. Could you do something? Sewer, house, problems, independent line. Bought an old house with this issues. Okay. So let's look at let's even everything out. Everything you mentioned there. Your whole issue with the house and the plumbing. House, sewer, independent line. Okay, so buying a house. Let's strengthen those weaknesses first. Independent goes weak. old goes weak. Okay, let's strengthen everything to connect, to communicate, coordinate, synergize, fit in, working together. So you, the house, the sewer, the independent line, the contractors, people you need to have it done, the finances, the timing, and best outcome. Let's let everything all strengthen to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time, everything strongly connecting, communicating, coordinating, synergizing, fitting in, working together. Get strong answers, actions, results, seeing what you want in your mind's eye, in your brain, all levels of being, getting what you want, what you need, and you desire. Some outside influences, deleting those. The mind. Application of all the strengthening we did to you before you got onto the YouTube. I strongly recommend that you and everybody listen to this again once it's after we're done. What happens is once I finish these, there's two versions of this. There's the live version that we were all on, but then I also do a slightly edited version where I trim up any lag in the beginning and the end, and I clean up the audio a bit, and I put captions on there as well, and then a different thumbnail with my picture on it. So either one you want to listen to, but I recommend that you listen afterwards because it'll help reinforce the strengthening. But we're going to just download to you azúcar, whatever you may have missed before we got going here. Okay, so azúcar, if you're still here, if you can tell me how you feel now. Okay, Grace, thank you. Good. And thank you, Jen. Okay, so azúcar, what area of life is it? Okay, so physical intelligence, so strengthen the physical intelligence, your physical intelligence, house physical intelligence, the sewer physical intelligence, intelligence of the project itself, and physical intelligence of whoever works with you. Just line everything up, strengthen all the preparation and all the syncing up on automatic. You to receive, to feel, to perceive, to allow, acknowledge, and accept. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. So that feels stronger now. Okay, so if there's anybody who had a question and you haven't let me know yet how you're doing, I'm just strengthening everybody's questions to continue strengthening on their own, that everyone has a strongly enjoyable New Year's before, during, and after, that you seamlessly, easily, effortlessly move from one year into the next. Everything is balanced, center, stable, midline, neutral, calm, that you're balanced, center, stable, neutral, calm, and above it all. Strengthen to get what you want, what you need, what you desire, and strengthening you to be able to see, feel, perceive, and open up to new self, new time, new space, new dimension, all the benefits and all of the gifts, the benefits, the support, the resources, the prosperity, the joy, the ease, the grace, and even the love that is available to you as your divine right. Oh, okay, good. Is that Esther? Is that the azúcar? Okay, I think that must be the same person. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. And everyone to be strongly grounded. Strengthening the tail. Okay, great. Thank you. Good. Thank you for joining us. Okay, strongly balanced, center, stable, so grounded. So Connecting the missing tail down to ground, from protect, up, connect. Everyone stay light, loose, free, easy, calm, and clear. Okay. So I want to again thank everyone for being here. I do have a couple of announcements. So in the new year, I'm going to do, I don't know if I should really call it a class. It's really going to be more like a group a session or group event. We're going to focus on fitness. So in the new year, people get excited about their New Year's resolutions. And I know because I actually used to work for 14 years in the fitness industry, and people sign up for those gym memberships when the new year comes. On that note, but with a completely different angle and using the Yuen Method, we are going to have fitness as our topic. Now, there's going to be a couple of ways that you can participate, and there's two main components. One is, like I've done in the past, we'll have a one-time 2-hour, maybe a little bit longer group experience that is going to be different than what we do here, because it is paid and it is private. It is not available for everyone to see, and it have some limitations in terms of the number of people. So it's going to be a group thing. It's going to be on Tuesday, January 20th in the evening, kind of like we do here. And what we're going to do is teach you how to tense and untense every single part of your body. And because that is what we do in the Yuen Method, that tensing and untensing, that is fitness, that's vibration, that's getting your cells and all levels of your body, mind, and spirit activated so that you are operating from physical intelligence and not from your mind, so that you can feel that strong or weak. Getting yourself to tense and untense all areas of your body, that is a fitness training from Dr. Yuen, but that fitness combines and connects with your physical intelligence. So doing this tensing and untensing is not only increasing your actual physical fitness, it is also activating more of your physical intelligence. So you have less of your mind, and you can have more of your own perception, feeling, insight, and intuition and knowing. And this is something that I teach you how to do it, but we also, it's not just teaching how to do a thing, because with the Yuen Method, we don't just teach you, it's more transmitting it to you and clearing any blocks that you may have, because those usually come up when I'm teaching you something that's different than what everyone else is doing out there. So we clear any weaknesses that you may have to doing that, so that by the end of the session, you can do this for yourself. And it will also include an audio so that you can have a guided audio to do it every day. So with fitness, with the Yuen Method, it's different than typical fitness, where you just go and work out and pump, pumping iron, so to speak, and trying to get rock hard abs. It is different than that, but it could support that effort. It's different because it is creating all the fitness and activating and connecting all the different parts of your body internally. So if you build a bunch of muscles, but it's not strongly connecting to your nervous system, and your nervous system isn't strongly connecting to the muscles, it's like there's no intelligence behind what you're doing. So if you're somebody who you like to work out, but you might have some weaknesses to that, we can clear those. Or I'm not actually, even though I worked in fitness for a long time, my areas, I love to dance, I love to do yoga, and I'm a walker and hiker. So I strengthen myself for those activities. And typically you will find that there are some physical weaknesses, but there are also non-physical weaknesses for even the things we love to do. So that's where this tensing and untensing is going to keep that physical activation strong. It's a great way to work on reducing weight. So that's going to be one thing. And then the other piece of that is going to be a 5-week class, I should say, really more a group thing, where you pick one topic that over that course of 5 weeks that you really want to get progress on. And every week as a group, we strengthen and delete that and your overall fitness so that we really get some momentum going in that direction. So we've got the 2-hour thing, that's one time, and then we've got the 5-week thing, that's every week. And you can also purchase both. So you can do both of those, which I strongly recommend. There's all sorts of discounts that I have available. There's usually, there will be, and there usually is when I do these kinds of things, an early bird, and there will be also buddy discounts. So invite your friends, invite people to join us here, because the more of us that are doing this, the better we all will be, because we're amplifying this method and we're amplifying the benefits. Whenever you improve others, whenever you benefit them, that comes back to you. You will feel better, you will get stronger. And that is not only on a physical, mental, emotional level, but even on a financial level, because you are improving other people's lives. So that will come back to you. You don't always know who, what, when, or how, but it does come back. So just wanted to let you know that. And for those of you that are newer, I do also individual sessions, and we do this free group once a month. It's usually the last Tuesday of the month. Sometimes I have to change it because of scheduling things that come up, but generally that's the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, because that also helps me to continue doing these. So I want to really thank you all for being here. I send you tons of strength and love, that you have a wonderful holiday time. And I want to read all the messages here. Oh, you're so welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Great. Yes. Love and strength to all of you. Stay strong, enjoy, and go have some fun. All right. Toodles for now. See you in 2026.